so much for joining us today. It goes without saying that it has been one of our greatest joys and pleasures to work so closely with you over the past 8 or so months.
Mhm.
Nina is a confidence coach and she does a mixture of really high impact one-to-one coaching, group coaching. She is the speaking queen. She's taken over the world and she also has a fabulous community as well. So look no further than this lady if you really want to strategically boost your confidence to get the results and the life and the impact that you know you are capable of. So, Nina, could you give us an overview of what your experience has been like coaching with us, starting with what really caused you in the first place to take action? How has the experience been, and what have been some of the results that you've enjoyed?
Oh, thank you, Laura. That was such a fab introduction. I had you on my radar for quite a long time. I mean, you'd have to be living under a rock, really, to be a woman in the coaching business and not know who Laura and Jeff Brunton are. And I think the best recommendations are always from people that have worked with you, and you don't have to look very far there's always a post, there's always something with your name on it and people singing your praises. And of course, people gravitate towards radiators, and you are a radiator. So I naturally found myself getting closer and closer and closer. I've been in the coaching world for about 6 years now, doing various things. I think everything from sort of business coaching, sales coaching, starting out as confidence coaching, finding my way, coming all the way back. And I'd had a very kind of start stop career.
Mm.
Sometimes things felt like they were working, sometimes they didn't. Joined multiple programs, looking at systems and scaling, looking at, is it my marketing? Is it my content? But really, I think what drew me to you was, and I know it sounds untangible, but it is your energy and your reputation. I knew that you looked like you had a great business because I could see it tangibly, but I wanted to be around somebody that was really modeling where I saw myself. And for me, where I'm at in my business now, that for me is just like so powerful to get myself in the energy of you, but also to know that you have the strategy too. Because we both know that you can't have one without the other. It doesn't work. It's great to be vibey, but if I don't know what I'm doing. And I'd worked one to one quite recently, and I got the sense that I was missing community. And
Mm.
I know that you have the most incredible community. And what has been absolutely amazing for me is the doors and the opportunities that it has opened via your community. And from that very first time when I was at the Ignited Women event and you put the microphone in my hand, literally it's just felt like a doorway to my business opened, and I just haven't looked back. It has been the most wonderful roller coaster, very exciting, 8 months. So I'm
Mhm.
just delighted with everything that's happened on the journey.
Oh, thank you so much, Nina. That honestly could make me tear up. And I love what you've said about strategy combined with energy as well. And in the time that we've worked together, I mean, you have done so much. You've trialed different things. Um, I have seen you've turned up consistently. And if you remember back in the beginning, we did this exercise where we all signed up and we agreed to show up, didn't we? And
Mm.
what I love about you is through the glorious highs, but also sometimes the devastating lows that we all feel, you have showed up and you've showed up so authentically and so beautifully and so real and raw. So, what would you say is some of the things that are now different in your business that either you can touch and feel, whether it be revenue, opportunities, reach? Because I know you're doing so well on Instagram and LinkedIn. What would you say looks different for you having worked with us?
Definitely the way that I talk about my services and my offers. I used to be quite willy-nilly, just throwing everything at it and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
I already had some things in place
Mhm.
prior to working with you and Jeff. And through either the one-to-one calls that I've had with you or some of the group calls that we've had together and the sprint that we
Yeah.
did, kind of really working us through our ideal client, what we want to offer. I've gained a much better understanding of trying to be really more specific rather than a scattergun approach. So I also got a little bit of a kick in the pants about, launching. I never really understood about launching. I was just a bit kind of like, what does that even mean? So I feel like I have a much greater understanding of that now. And just generally the belief that I have in myself. And I know you can't put a finger on that and touch it, but you attract who you are. I really do believe that. And because I felt so supported, there has been a structure around everything. The questions that I've asked, either when I go on the community platform or when we come on group programs, there's either you or Jeff, or there is an amazing expert there. So rather than being stuck with a problem and just going around and around and around, and again, looking at all of the advice that there is on social media, because we both know there is so much out there, it's been so good for me to have a clear place that is very, very trustworthy, where there are methodical steps that I can take. And also, when I'm a bit wobbly or things don't feel like they're working, the community and the sisterhood and the hugs, the virtual hugs, it helps you to keep going. And like you mentioned before, especially when you're in a wobble, because you're never not going to be in a wobble. It's wobbly being in business and putting yourself out there. I think also I've watched and learned a lot from how you show up on social media, and I'm just inspired by your presence. And I've been applying a lot of the things that you do, and making it my own, never Laura's way, Nina's way. And you're just such like a vibe booster, and I could talk about this for hours, so I'll leave that
Thank you
there.
so much. Honestly, if I could bottle your energy, I really
Yeah.
would. You've been just the dreamiest of dream clients to work with in terms of your energy, the action that you've taken, the radical personal responsibility that you've taken for things as well, because let's be honest, that doesn't always happen. But you have consistently gone, if you've been having those wobbles, help. I need some help
Mm,
here. This is what's going on. And then
mm.
you listen and then you implement and you action straight away. So honestly, full kudos to you. If you were to meet anybody and they was to say, "Oh, what's it like working with Laura and or Jeff?" How would you describe that as an experience?
There was something that popped straight into my head there. You are like a business brother and sister. Like, I feel like your family. I've never ever worked with anybody before that wants me to win as much as I feel like you two. And there's something you said to me right back at the beginning. You said, no one gets left behind. And I've heard you say that quite a few times. But when you said that, that really, really landed with me, because I've worked with, brilliant programs and brilliant coaches. It's not to take anything away from them, but there's something different about working with you, because you really are the full package. But in the middle of all of that, you know that you're just not a number when you come in to work with you two. You care about us, you check in on us. I mean, you send us things in the post. There's just like this huge arm of support. So that's what I would say. Like, if you want to be with somebody that wants you to win, and they are there holding you, supporting you, championing you every step of the way, with the structure, with the strategy, and with the community, Laura and Jeff are like your business brother and sister. That's how I feel about you
I
anyway.
love that. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Is there anything else you would like to add, Nina?
Oh gosh. I can't believe how fast it's gone, and I don't want it to end.
Yes. I know, I'm never letting you go. But this is the thing, isn't it? You've grown an incredible business that you are constantly tweaking, refining, because this is what we need to do in today's world, doesn't it? Like, we can't keep still. We do need to keep our eyes on the
Mm,
prize and have that signature program and have that core messaging that we're always talking about. But if you carry on with the leading, the learning, the showing up, the amount of rooms that you're in now, Nina. Like, and literally, I'll open my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and I'm like, yes, she's here, she's there, she's everywhere. It's
I am.
Nina. So, thank you so much for all of your time. It's been our greatest joy and pleasure working with you. And I know that you are just going to keep on going up, up, and up.
Thank you so
So,
much.
you're
I
welcome.
just